Hi again, YouTubers. I'm still bugged. I'm still being bugged by plenty of intrusive thoughts of, physically hurting my grandma. And I have been thinking of plenty of things, events, in the past, also in the present, also in the future. All things considered, let's just say it has both disadvantages and advantages, both pros and cons, to return to my grandma's place. Well, it appears that the most critical issue that needs resolving ASAP lies on my mind, lies inside me. Which means I have to change my mindset, which means I have to change. I have to change, the way I think, the way I look at things and people, and how things are done by certain people, or simply try to disregard them completely. As you guys might have noticed, I can't even pinch. I can't even I can't even raise my voice, while I speak. No matter what language I choose to speak, I can't. I find it hard to raise my voice and speak. So that's another issue, and I also have to figure out what to disclose to the medical professionals. I suppose I will have to see. On the other hand, I have to consider, on whether I should. As I mentioned before, I had to consider and make a decision on whether I should, continue to work as a freelancer, spending the money I earn from the bank accounts in Australia. Currently, still relatively safe and secured, though I don't know that such circumstance may be subject to further changes in the future. It all seems so dicey and turbulent to me at the moment, and I can't do anything about it except trying to maintain the existing relationship I have with a handful of friends with whom I still maintain contact with in Australia at the moment. Well, just a handful of them, and I'd say less than five, fewer than five, who can actually give me a hand with the current issues I have. That's the harsh truth. There's another truth, is that there's another harsh truth which I feel the necessity to share with you guys, is nowadays I found it so hard to trust anyone completely, even people at my work, people at workplace, people literally people from anywhere, even, well, I'm still at least trying my best to trust the remaining family members, whom still seem to love and care about me at the moment. That's another harsh truth. The other harsh truth is I can't completely erase the imageries of, committing murder or using plenty of tools to hurt people physically, and that can even apply to children, Nowadays I have to keep myself a safe distance from children, whoever they are. Yes, that's the harsh truth. And there's another harsh truth I'd like to share with you guys. Whenever and whichever country I might choose to make a living in, to get myself settled and to go to, will always have lifelong repercussions and impact on mostly on myself, and somewhat will certainly also affect people who still keep an eye on me, lest I get hurt or I begin to hurt myself. So as you can see, the sex dolls are still here. Two of them over there. The other one here, which got my penis quite somewhat injured, and bled quite a lot. I'd say there were at least 200, maybe close, not 200, maybe close to 200 millimeters for two instances, two occasions actually. And that had my grandma so scared and so worried and so so frustrated with my behaviors. I don't know how much time or how long I can remain a MGTOW or / involuntary celibate incel. Maybe I will remain an involuntary celibate for the rest of my life, since nowadays I can't even trust. I can't even take women's word, take their words for it, and trust them that they don't have any STDs or things that could inflict a tremendous amount of damage upon me. That would, that's certainly another harsh truth about life. And here in China, you have to speak Mandarin Chinese fluently. As not just for foreigners. If you wish to blend into the whole community, your workplace. You have to speak Mandarin Chinese fluently, and more often than not, as a Chinese national like me, who actually failed to immigrate to first world countries due to my own stupidity and foolishness and boldness, lack of planning, lack of knowledge and careful considerations. It's all about too young, too simple, sometimes naive. Yes, by President Chiang. Well, you can look up the memes, the memes or memes on the interweb to find out whom exactly I'm talking about here. Yes, and it appears at the moment I have managed to overcome the OCDs with English pronunciations, with my grammar, with grammatical technicalities, and the the exact differences between s sound and z sound. That's what I'm currently struggling with, and at some other times I also find it super hard to distinguish the pronunciation and the short e pronunciation, and I am currently having an huge obsession over such question as to when I should differentiate those sounds, those pronunciations, and those the subtle differences between them. I don't know if for genuinely native speakers of English language would actually do anything conscious to distinguish, to discern between those sounds, in daily conversations. Actually, I actually did not take any time nor effort to either study them or discern them. While I was still in Australia, I just followed my instincts. The so-called sense of the language. Such concept, such notion actually came from many English teachers, in here in China, and as far as I can remember, it also comes from my old man. At some point, while I consulted with him about certain questions relating to English grammar. In fact, as far as I can remember, since I can hardly remember anything in perfect detail, or anything that with perfect rationality or anything, since I still harbor fear, doubts towards many things, towards many people, including myself. I can't be always truthful and correct about everything, nor does anyone else can, nor does anyone else, nor can anyone else, except God, Well, as far as I know, I still reckon that I believe in God, though I don't necessarily always, follow His ways of doing things, His ways of thinking. Yes. I just hope I won't become a murderer or any vile, despicable criminal. I just hope I won't become anyone like that. Yeah, thanks again for watching and listening. I don't know if I can continue to film this. I don't know if I can continue to speak like this, and as what I am currently doing, as the way I am currently, in which I am currently following while I speak, while I make YouTube videos. I don't know, what to do with my life if I don't have. Had I refused to accept any sort of help from my aunt, from another uncle of mine, and apparently they are already too occupied with their own affairs to give me a hand, give me some hands with my own shit, with my own problems. I'm sorry if I beg your pardon if I beg your pardon should what I said here fail to make any sense, but that's the truth that I done my best to tell you guys about. Since I currently don't have anyone with me, with whom I can practice speaking English face to face, nor do I have anyone whom I can practice Japanese, with whom I can practice speaking Japanese face to face. Though I know it sounds like an excuse, because it is an excuse. It is an excuse. Sorry, not excuse, but excuse. I quite recently, over the the days when I was still in my petty exile / homelessness, while I still indulge in my own, while I still indulge and lean on to my own understanding about how things work within the household I am currently living in, thanks to everything God has done for me. Well, I'm trying to to commit to no fap objective, to commit to such goal, no fap, for at least maybe a week or two, to see how that can, how so doing could change my life or anything. Regardless, I thank you again for watching and listening, and I hope you are having a great day. I hope you are having a great day or a great night. And I sincerely, ask you guys for advice. So as to overcome my current sufferings and struggles, most predominantly inside my mind, the spiritual warfare. Yes. So thank you. And as you can see, I don't have nowadays I don't place a laptop at least on the in the bed I am sleeping in. Just there are two laptops there, but I don't usually use them, yeah, and there are some temptations inside. In fact, I haven't deleted all the pornos inside there, but I'm not gonna tamper with those things unless the lusts inside my heart become irresistible. Well, yeah, anyway, I have talked too much for now, and thank you again for watching and listening. Good day, stay tuned, bye bye.